There absolutely is a learning curve when it comes to applying foundation. It usually takes my skin a week to adjust. When I try it the first or second day, I'm always like, meh, it's okay, or I don't love it. So if that is you, hang in there and follow these steps. I recommend exfoliating your skin first and then going in with a very simple skincare routine. For today, I'm going to use the Clarins Double Serum. Now, within a week, you should be able to return to your normal skincare routine, but for the first few days while your skin's adjusting, less is best. Also because Bellamy has skincare in it, so you don't really need extra skincare. So I'm gonna start with a full pump on my hand. I'm just pulling a smidge down and buffing it back and forth into my brush. I'm really getting it all over the bristles. This is my problem area. I'm gonna tap it. Anywhere you want more coverage, you're definitely going to tap. Right, so I was very minimal. I didn't really even go over this area right in the front because that's where my fine lines are. But I do have discoloration down here, so I tapped it there, and I'm not gonna like totally blend it out yet. I'm gonna let it sit. I have some redness here and on my nose, and I'm just tapping it in. You can see how it's like raised there. I'm just gonna take a little bit of it, still leaving a lot of it raised, buff that in, and I'm gonna work on my other side. Don't place the foundation first in the areas that you want to minimize. Right here in this marionette line, my pores seem to be more visible. I'm not gonna hit it there first because wherever the brush touches first, that's where the heaviest application is going to be. My pores have a tendency to be bigger there. I'm gonna wait till it's off of my brush a lot before I hit that area. A little bit more, still keeping the glob, rubbing it in. Now, if you have like some natural sun-kissed skin up there, you can leave that. So even though I do wear sunscreen daily, I still get color. But I'm gonna cover everything just to show you today. So just remember, on areas you want more coverage, you're gonna tap. On areas that you don't mind if it's thinned out, you can swipe. Right, like all of this, that can be a swipe for me. But around my eyes where I have discoloration, we're tapping. Okay, here I am in natural indirect light, which is the most accurate. It looks really good. I even have a glob of it still left on my hand. That was just one pump. But I could go back in and touch up my nose, add a little bit more coverage because my nose always pulls red. I have a little pimple right there. But do you see how it's sitting on my face? Very natural looking. It doesn't look heavy. You want to be careful when you are first using a foundation because the first couple times we use it have a tendency to put it on a little heavier, and that's not going to make it look good and it's not going to make you feel good. So you can get more coverage without like putting it on so heavy by just thinly layering it. So like going in again and tapping a little bit more on my nose, maybe a little bit more in this area. Now you can stop there, but I'm going to show you how I apply concealer. So this is the new Bellamy concealer. You can pop it right on the back of your hand, and then I'm going to go in with that foundation brush and I'm going to do the same technique. So you're just going to use the same technique and you're going to place it where you want it and just tap it. So my fine lines are further up here, so I'm tapping this in the hollow and just below, and you can even bring it in your marionette line. And tapping instead of swiping because I don't want it to remove the product underneath. And then you can also go up if you want. I don't always do this part. I know a lot of people like it, so I'm going to show it. But same technique. Just tap. And then whatever I have left on the brush, I usually just like bring it under my brow to brighten up that area. You can put it in the inner corner too. But you don't necessarily need concealer under your eye, especially if you have a ton of fine lines or wrinkles. The foundation could be enough just to even out your skin tone. And if you want to be brighter, but you don't want to use a traditional concealer, you could just put it right in the corner of your eye and bring it up under your brow bone, down the side of your nose, and right here, and avoid the under eye area. I do that a lot. Okay, I just did that real quick to show you. So I brightened just right through here and under my eye. So we're like, this brighter shade goes over further. This one is just primarily focused right here. It's hard to tell right now that it is showing a difference because I don't have the rest of my makeup done, but I will definitely feel brighter even with this than nothing. And this is more user-friendly if you have a lot of under eye things happening. Back to natural light. This is the eye that I brightened all the way under, and this is the one I just did the corner. And I didn't even get like a really bright shade. I got a very moderate concealer color, so I could even go lighter, but you don't want to go too light under your eyes on texture. It'll just draw attention to it. If I was going to go lighter, I would use this technique and not this one. The final step is for you to look in the mirror and see if it looks like it's heavy or showing more texture in any areas of the skin. If so, you're going to get a beauty blender. It's going to be lightly damp. And then you're going to bounce it on your face. Now, you saw I went pink there. I have that skin that goes pink if you touch it. It'll settle down in a minute. This is how it's going to pick up any extra product that's sitting on top of the skin. Now, when you're first starting a new foundation, this step is often needed. But after a few days of wearing the foundation, your skin's going to start to adjust, and you will also adjust with a learning curve of applying it. You probably won't need to do this step. I never do this. I'm just doing it now to show you. And you can even spot do it. So if you only see too much makeup like on one cheek, you can just do that one area and not the rest, and it'll pick up excess and it won't mess anything up. I did the rest of my makeup, and you can see how beautiful the foundation sits on my skin. I hope you love it as much as I do.